falling men, says Hoshikawa Aru. Welcome in. Welcome to the CB1 stream of great epicness, where I do some Fall Guys, and it's a fun Fall Guys time. Let's try ranked knockout. See if I can level up. I like this song a lot. It's really cool. Welcome in, Aru. How's your night? Hope it's going well. I got a little thing. I got a little something here. I got a little something for myself. Ooh. Hydrate time. Sure. So this is ranked, so it's going to be all people who are good at this game. My fantasy team got cooked, so it could be better. You did tell me about that. Ow, why can't I move? You did tell me about your fantasy. Which game were you watching? I actually watched the Chiefs game today. Chiefs versus the Birds? The Falcons? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I am. I just got done with a walk outside because it was community day in the mobile game Pikmin Bloom. It's like Pokemon Go, but with Pikmin. Whoa. So I went on a walk with my parents, and it was very nice. It was nice. It was just a nice walk. It was, comfortable weather. We were just kind of walking. And then I took a shower, as you can tell. My hair is still wet, but it was nice. It was a nice shower. Oh, and I went to watch the game with some family. Eagles, thank you. I knew it was a bird. I was thinking Ravens, but that didn't sound right. Mahomes can eat it! I had the Eagles defense and he ruined some of my points. I understand. We had some wings during the game. Did you eat anything? If so, what did you eat? Dirt. That's how the cookie crumbles in the football world. Wait, we're talking about football? Where's Igor, the greatest quarterback ever? You say less. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well, and hope this satisfies the quota for Quasimodo football. 2. Yes, sir. Ah! You're right. I don't know how I didn't think to do that earlier. I should have done that from the beginning. How are you doing, Throlin? Hope your night's going well. Did you hear about the Mario Galaxy movie? I'm excited for that. I think it's going to be a fun movie with more cool Mario references. I'm sure the soundtrack will be superb. Ow! Ow! Ugh! Huh. I'm surprised they went with that. Like, I thought it would for sure be Mario movie 2. But no, it's a Mario... Oh! You have got to be pulling on my leg. I'm doing good playing League of Legends at the moment. Nice. Hopefully you're doing better than me. We could both be playing ranked, but in different games. I didn't know they were making another movie. I'll definitely check it out. Yeah, just look up the Super Mario Galaxy movie. And if you saw the first Mario movie and you liked it, you'll probably like the second one. Those two statements don't go together? Wait, which ones? I made a lot of statements. Oh, League of Legends? Can't be good and playing League of Legends at the same time. I figured. I'm out of V8. Oh, nice. That helps me. League of Legends is definitely taking a toll on my sanity. You have my regards. I actually downloaded it, but I've never played it. I downloaded it because a friend said that they were gonna, or I was like, hey, maybe you can teach me League and I can finally see what all the hype's about. And I downloaded it and then I uninstalled it because we never played. So I guess they were sparing me, it seems. Ooh. They definitely spared you from the torture this game endures on you. So I've heard. Ugh. This drink didn't have as good of much of a ratio of V8 to magic water. Washer time. Stomping ground. I can so qualify from this one. You just mark my words. Mark my words. I'm going to qualify. Or my name isn't Christmas Bob 1. Most people forget the 1. They just call me Christmas Bob. Or Bob. Those work too. But if you want to go with my legal name, it is Christmas Bob 1. Oh, Fastra with the gift sub. The throw-in. Now no more ads. Welcome in and thank you for the gift sub. That was out of nowhere. Ah! I'm making sure to win this for you, Fastra. And throw-in, hope you enjoy the emotes and keymotes and... Ah! Oh no! I guess my name isn't Christmas Bob 1. That should be a real one out here. She is. Thank you, Fastra. You got a little Kirby by your name, Throwlin. I hope you enjoy the Kirby by your name. He's gonna keep you company. He'll help keep your sanity during League of Legends. Oh, hello! I'm very tired and falling asleep. I didn't see that. Why are you so tired, Fastra? If you need to peace out and go to sleep, then that's totally fine. But thanks for stopping by. All right, I got this one. This is one of the classic ones from the Fall Guys golden days. Oh! What is going on? I'm usually better at this one, I swear. Man, this is ranked and I still was able to mess up that whole time and still make it. Vasher walks uphill both ways to get to work and back home. She does though. Vasher said, oh, Stickmom said she works 100 hours a day. Mind-boggling. I always get increasingly tired towards the end of my work week. Exactly, Aru. Yep. That's how it be. I wonder if you're gonna fall asleep with the stream on and your lights on. Ooh, Halloween Bob, the comeback. Halloween Bob. He is here. Spooky Singers. The trapezes are the fastest route to the finish line. Ah, that's why it's Spooky Slingers. Suckers. 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 I'm definitely qualifying. Suckers. Suckers. Oof. That's what a person who likes lollipops says. Suckers. Yes. How are you still thinking of funny jokes when you're tired, Fastra? This bottle of Stevens. High tide. The tide is high, but I'm holding on. I wanna be your number one. Number one. Alright. We're going pretty good on this one. Forget I said anything. I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that coming either. I didn't see that coming either. My perspective got messed up. This is an endless map. This level is endless and infinite. Where do I go? What? That was weird. No! I lost! Where's the finish line? Everything is more funny when you're tired. I should put on my own comedy show when I'm tired. Then get mad at people when they don't laugh at my jokes. Yes, you should. I leveled up! Y'all guys can't talk to me anymore. My Fall Guys rank's too high for you guys. You gotta pay to talk to me now. Only subs are allowed to talk to me now. Oh wait, that's everyone. Treetop tumble. How much we talking? Dono wall. The CV1 dono wall. Make it happen, mods. I don't want to see you unless you're paying me. I'm a ranked Fall Guy. Remember that. Remember that. I'm not playing in no baby league anymore. Ah! Huh. Whee! Whee! What the heck? The fan is... Oh my land. Ah! Whee! What? That was offensive. It nearly cheated me out of a win. Look at this funny guy. He has a funny hat. Whee! Ooh, the guy with the funny hat didn't make it. Oh no. Electric Gamer. Raphael Igui. Casey Flore. This song goes hard. So, you know the big outdoor mall I delivered to? There was like this huge event going on where streets were blocked off, police were directing traffic at points, and every single parking spot was taken. It was very stressful. Sorry that you went through that. Oh my gosh. Oh, you had to deliver there in those conditions? Wow. I wonder what was the event. I won! You know League of Legends is bad when no one picks their champion during the selection screen and you have to wait for another game. Oh no. Who are what role do you what role are you? Are you jungle? Are you bot lane? Or neither? Volleyball. Ah, the 1v1. Let's hope I get someone who doesn't know how to play. A bunch of 1v1s. Oh good, this song. Bot and top lane are my go-to. If I'm with friends, then I'll go mid lane or jungle. I kind of know what that means. Yay, they don't know how to play. What are you doing, man? Oh, man. Oh, he got it. We're volleying. Ooh, couldn't make it. Here I go, here I go, here I go. Ha 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 ha. Another point for me. Alright, sending it over. No, not quite. That's okay. Woo! Oh, right. A spike from CV1. There you go. Aww. Not quite. Huh. Oh, okay, 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 okay. I won. F in the chat for Faster for dealing with that. Definitely know what that area is like during a busy day. Ooh. So you know what you know what it was like. It was like a farmer's market or something. There were a bunch of stalls selling stuff lining the streets. There was even bouncy castles and other fun-looking stuff around. I wanted to look around. It looked fun. But you had to stick to business, huh? Couldn't really look around. Something that was fun became stressful because of the situation you were in. Peer pressure. Stay on the boats and don't fall in the water to be the last bean standing. A lady at one of the booths near a spa-like place, she said they were doing a free 10-minute massages and I wanted to accept so bad. My upper back and shoulder area need it. Oh, that sounds really nice. A free massage? What are we doing? Stay on this? Okay. Ah. I wish you had accepted. You deserved the massage. Holy moly! Thank you, Throwin. Knowing me, I would have said, yeah, I'll take a shoulder massage and fallen asleep midway through it. Yep. We're running again. Ooh. Ooh. Ah. Ah. My mouth. I don't like this ratio. Ah, that's better. What is this one? Oh, I know this one. Yeah, and the lady who offered it sounded so nice, even acknowledging how hard I was working. Quote, after all my delivering. Ah. Yeah. That would have been a nice little break. I mean, it's 10 minutes. Can't you take a 15 and then get a massage? My van was parked in a bad spot and I didn't want to block traffic or anything. Ah, I see. I'll stretch a little more after this. Brother. Thank you, Among Us. Ha! Among Us is bouncing all over the place. Yeah, real funny, pal. Are you kidding me? Shout out! Sonic the Hedgehog. You're such a cool guy. You go fast, you have cool games. I haven't played Sonic Adventure or Sonic Adventure 2 yet, but I heard that I should play it. Yeah, shout out to you. You're a really cool Sonic the Hedgehog. I liked your show Sonic Prime on Netflix. Ooh, I just popped my wrist like this. Felt good. It's a rare pop, and I can't do it on this side. I can only do it on this side, and it's like pop, and it feels really nice. Same thing with the straightening arm pop. When I straighten it and it pops here. I love that. Mind the gap. Mind the gap. Mind the gap. Mind the gap. What is going on? These Fall Guys are destroying the map. That boy Sonic be fast. That's what I was thinking. Imagine falling asleep to a VTuber playing FNAF. Couldn't be me. It was me. Watch FNAF before bed? You wild for that. For real. What? You fall asleep to FNAF even though there's jump scares? What are you talking about, Fastra? Was that VTuber Keaton Hurwitz? Let me know in the comments below. Top of the trash, what? What do you mean trash? It was the early nights when not much stuff happens. It's nice, just nice ambient sounds. I guess so. You get a pass this time, Fastra. What happened? I lost? What happened? I can't say anything about that since I played Outlast and went to bed after. Highly recommend not to do that. Oh no. What's Outlast like? Hey Mr. Bob, I think you should switch to play Outlast now before I go to bed. Oh, I need to switch to Mr. Bob. I think you should switch to play Outlast. I will. I'll do Outlast just for you, Fastra. Because you called me by my official name. I'm so good at this one. I'm going to qualify with flying colors. Watch. Nani onomimasu ka? V8. Strawberry banana juice. It's good stuff. the heck happened? Why did I launch into the air like that? Oh, this is the advanced way. No, do it, guy. You got this. Uh-oh. Yeah, that fan is something nasty. Oh no. It didn't make it. Oh no. Well, this one was pretty short last time, so hopefully it'll be short again. Those balls are so hard to use, man. You gotta time it and stuff. Get rid of that. We're chilling in the middle. Me and these two guys. There's no ill will between us. Why doesn't my taunt buttons do anything? I can't do those funny things. I can't say those funny things. Oh, wait, what? Oh, I almost died doing that. Ah. It worked. What is this epic music? Donkey Kong! Donkey Kong! Donkey Kong! Monkey music! I would like a Dr. Pepper, please. That sounds pretty good. I'll take one too. Da da da. Ba 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 da 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 da. Ba 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 da da. Ba 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 da da da. All right, we have to try to avoid the small one while getting hit by the big one, and it's crazy. Whee! 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 Do you think Dr. Pepper has any nurses that work with them, or do they work alone in their doctor work? They got nurses. Nurse Pepper. I just died. That was not supposed to happen. How did that happen, man? I was doing so good and then I died. Pepper Potts! Oh, that's their assistant. Yes, that's the nurses. Because Dr. Pepper can't work alone. It doesn't work like that. They need a Pepper Potts. Ooh! It all makes sense now. Mind the gap. Mind the gap. Mind the gap. Mind the gap. Piccadilly Circus. I know what you mean. Oh no, not this one again. This is the tragedy of the commons. Oh no, you buffoon! How did someone already qualify? Oh! I know, right? That was not right. I should have made that. I should have made that. Not cool, Fall Guys. my macaroni pizza tweet's popping off. It's got 6 likes. How would Sonic react to that level? He'd be like, whoa, it's all weird. This is weird. I don't like it. You already know, gotta go fast! Gotta go faster. You know it. Gotta go faster. Gotta go faster. Glass Lantis. Again. I have to keep doing this game. Why don't they just do another game? Make it one of the race ones or something. Something different than this, please. Not more Blast Lantis, please. I looked through all the global emotes, hoping they had a Sonic one, but unfortunately I don't see one. They got Pikachu though. Let me see the Pikachu. Come on, get the Pikachu in here. Let me see the Pikachu. Let me see him. I gotta see him. Pikachu! Look at that. Pika Ramen. That's awesome. If I added a Sonic emote, then you could use that. Or of course, if you streamed and then got emotes, then you could put a Sonic one. Or a Quasimodo football. What is this? I ranked up? I'm a bronze fall guy. They made this one for you. The Christmas Bob emote. Why not use 7TV? What is that? This is kind of like Sonic, right? Blue hair matches. Yes, we'll count that as Sonic. What's 7TV? Is that like give you more emotes or something? I haven't heard of that before. Have you ever seen me type out something like, what? It worked. It turned into an emote. How do you, what is that one spelled? Kek W. Oh, there it is. I guess I have it, right? I have the special emotes enabled. Try another one. That's 7TV. It's an extension. Ah, gotcha. It turns into emotes. Oh, that face. That's a classic face. The Lenny face. Your emote, Pastra. I probably added emotes, so maybe. Cat Jam. Aw, Cat Jam didn't work. I've had it saved in my notes for a good few years. That's awesome. Throwlin. I love it. That was scary. I guess not. Little W. Didn't work. Anyway, yeah, you can add more emotes from an online source, and if you have the extension, they show up in the chat and the stream chat box. I want those. I want those emotes. I want Cat Jam. What's Cat Jam? How do I get Cat Jam? How do I make Cat Jam in my chat? Oh, it's that cat that does the thing. Would it work on your phone? I'm currently watching on my phone at 15%. I think I added Cat Jam. Just look up 7TV after stream. I think I just did it. Yeah. Let's go. And what was the other one you tried? Lil W? This one again? Get away from me! Oh, I don't like that one. It's not a race, it's a... you have to kill people. I don't know this one. Rooftop Rush? I don't recognize it, but it looks cool. What's taking so long, man? I'm ready to play. I want a strawberry banana smoothie from McDonald's. Those are so good. I was robbed when I got the small size recently. Oh yeah. A mocha frappuccino from McDonald's sounds good. Yeah, that does sound good. How do I play this? I want to play this game. Ah! Whoa! What? Ah! What is this one, man? This one's bizarre. What? Oh! That's not just a camera floating around. Dang it. There we go. This is the most longest, endlessest level of all time. I actually made it. I was one of the last guys. As bizarre as the adventures of JoJo. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. The story of the Joestar family. No, not as bizarre as the adventures of JoJo. Those are too bizarre. Hydrate time. I want an Egg McMuffin and an oatmeal from McDonald's. Oh, it's the one I lost last time. Guys, I'm gonna win this time. Watch. I want 1,000 chicken nuggets from McDonald's, please. Sure. I'll get started on that right away. Did it. I want McDonald's fries. You know what? No. I want the holiday pie during Christmas time. I want that too. The holiday pie sounds so nice. And some fries. 1,000 chicken nuggets, fries, and a holiday pie during Christmas Bob time. You know what's up, Throwling. You know what's up. Where are we going now? Lily Leapers. Oh, Lily Leapers. This one's crazy. That was a yawn. I'm a little tired. We'll see how long I go today. I don't know. I'm having fun though, so. I'll keep going for now. No. I won! Let's go, guys. Let's go, chat. I won, chat. I'm doing pretty good. I'm proud of myself. Thin ice. I have to survive, guys. I don't know if I can do it. I'm gonna try, though. If you had to sign up and do a comedy set, what would you talk about? My awkwardness. I'd be like, hey, so like, when someone is telling me a story and I'm genuinely interested, all I can say is, oh, cool. Oh, really? Nice. Nice. Yeah, nice. That's all I can say. I don't know how to carry a conversation. I'll try to make light of that. Dang it. You carry a conversation by picking out key words of what the other person is saying and then asking questions relating to that, so the conversation is directed back to them. Life hacks. Ah. Ask questions, huh? What do you mean by that, Fastra? Can you give an example of asking a question? Come on, Fastra. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Ooh, this one again. You ask questions. You ask questions, huh? What kind of questions? What kind of questions, Fastra? What kind of questions? Like those kinds of questions? Like what kind of questions is the question? Ah, I see. Here I go. Got it. Ah! No! I have to get back on those. Oh! Yeah, that's I think what I would do if I had to sign up for a comedy set. Would just make fun of myself for being, you know, easy to make fun of. I'd be like, this dude, man, this dude. Look at him. Just look at him. He's chicken V8. V8. No, I didn't get up. I didn't get up where I wanted to go. There we go. Now I got up. Come on. Speaking of conversations, I'm always awkward with them. Okay, so it's not just me. I swear, like, when a conversation goes good, I'm like, yes, let's go. And I'm like really happy when I'm able to like think of stuff to say, but usually I can't think of stuff to say. And I'm just awkward, like you said. So I totally get that. I made it to the final again. Do you guys think I'm gonna win this one? I might. Dang it. Not Mind the Gap again, bro. We already played this one like 5 times. Come on. Be for real. Be for real. You know? I don't want to play this one again. I already played it 5 times. Yo, what is this mysterious music we got going? Whoever's on the aux, get him off. I'm not as much of a fan of this one as the other ones. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not, like, my jam. Some of the other ones are my jam. Hey. Hello. Oh, there's my emotes. I just gotta press and hold that button. Check this out. Great job. Oops. Great job. What a star. Another example. So last night I hung out with my friend and we went to the zoo. We paid for food to feed the animals. Some follow-up questions could be, oh cool, what kinds of things did you do there? Keyword zoo. Or, wow, I can't remember the last time I fed animals. What was that like? Keywords feeding animals. It directs the conversation back to them and isn't a simple yes or no answer. Makes the conversation longer. Thank you, Fascia. Huh. You figured out life, making conversation. I appreciate it, Fascia. You are very wise. Very wise. Lily Lipa's time. I'm good at this one. Whee! All right. Okay, so it moves that guy forward, but it pulls me back. Okay. I went through the middle and I won. This part sounds like Night at the Museum. Does it not sound like Night at the Museum? Come on, you gotta tell me it does. That part totally sounds like Night at the Museum. Stretching time. Okay, I will. Once I'm done with this one. Once I'm done schooling these kids. Watch this. Huh! Yes. Come on. I got it. Come on. I got it. No! Oh no. That might be the end of me. Oh no. That was so poor. That's what was supposed to happen. Oh! Holy smokes! Wow. What? Man. What is the deal with this game today? I can't win. Oh, and I got a nice elbow or a wrist pop. Chat, when was the last time you had a conversation with someone? And how did it go? Now is my imaginary friend who went to the zoo yesterday. Ah, very nice. Here I go, Santa themed. Ow. Pop, 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 pop. Had a conversation with a few people earlier today. Went great. That's awesome to hear, Brolin. Some of my conversations are hit or miss, you know. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. But I've had more good ones lately. Punch. Punch. Ha! 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 Yeah. No, stop it. You can't catch me. What's not great are these League of Legends games. I'm doing garbage at them. Are you doing ranked or unranked? Let me know. So would you say you're letting your team down, or is your team letting you down? This is why I stick with my Dark Souls / Elden Ring. Yeah, single player games. Unranked. Gotcha. Yeah, I like Elden. I like watching Elden Ring. I don't know how to play it, but I like watching it. What's your favorite Elden Ring boss? Your ally has been slain. How'd you get that font, Vestra? Really, Vestra? Whee! Wait, we're doing this one again. I don't mind this one, though. I like it. I just don't like the Blast Ball one. Blast Lances? Not my thing. Not my cup of tea. Ah! Dang it! Whee! Alright. Your ally has been slain. Doesn't it also say, like, an enemy has been slain? Woo! I want tuna. Ah! Dang, I did so much better at this one earlier. Come on. Get there. Get there. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. I barely made that one, I think. Yup. That was close. That was close. Alright. I gotta make this run count. No! I just said this one. Blast Lantis. Cursed. Blast Lantis. Dag nabbit Blast Lantis. Ooh, my commission's ready. My commission from Genie Art. Whoa. She just sent it. I might show it on stream. Get out of here! Oh, that was so close. Whew. You were asking about my favorite Elden Ring boss, right? Yes. Is it Rodon? Why is it called Elden Ring? Are there any rings in it? Yes. The Elden Ring is the most powerful object. Hey. Oh wait, I can't show it yet. Wait, I'm at the final round already? Uh-oh. Something tells me I'm not gonna win. What? No! That did not go well. There are quite a few, actually. There's more rings than Tom Brady. Woo. Way to go, pal. Aww. Who's Tom Brady and how many rings does he have? Asks Fastra. Tom Brady was a quarterback for the New England Patriots and then switched teams a lot later. He has 7 Super Bowl rings. Oh, I see, says Fastra. My favorite boss has to be Malekith the Black Blade. Such a fun and amazing boss fight with interesting lore behind him. It does suck that he has a small health bar. Aww. So he's pretty easy to beat, but you like the boss. Ah! What is his lore? Or could you give a summarized version? Whee! Ah! Santa got hit with a big snowball. Stop! 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 I did it. Come on! Yeah, I'm about to head out. Oh, okay, Fastra. It is kind of late. Can you show the commission before I go? I gotta see. Sure thing, Fastra. I got my commission from Genie Art. It's awesome. Woo! Look at this. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Yay! It's awesome. Who's that guy? I don't know. He's some random guy. He keeps showing up. I don't know how to get rid of him. Let's go. Yeah. Look at him. He's so cool. Keaton Hurwitz by Genie Art. Shoutouts to Genie Art for doing this. Hey, the Keymotes. I wouldn't say he's an easy boss. He has a pretty fast fight pattern with an ability that can drain your health bar pretty quickly. I can explain his lore in a little bit. Gotcha. Ooh, he can drain your health, huh? Okay. But it's... Ah! No, I'm gonna lose now. Fall Guys has lore. Here's the lore of my Fall Guy. His name is Santa Claus, and he delivers presents to everyone in the world on December 25th. 12/25. That's the lore of Santa Claus. Whee! Huh. Come on, get up. We gotta keep going, man. The grind does not stop. Wait, I want to hear the lore, then I can head out. Okay. The lore of this boss that can drain your health. Ooh, this song's snazzy. I might lose this one. Spooky, spooky slingers, spooky slingers, spooky slingers, spooky slingers, spooky slingers, spook slingers, spooky slingers, spooky slingers, spooky slingers. I wish sleep didn't have to exist so I could have more more time to exist. Yeah. I see what you're saying. No sleep would be so cool, but I kind of like sleep. Ah! I kind of like sleeping sometimes, like at the end of a long day, and it's just like, I get to sleep. Because you get to be unconscious and dream. And that's your Atsuko from Paprika, because she doesn't dream. No! No! That's so sad. Sleeping is a really good meal option these days. I'm hungry. Sleep. But then as soon as I wake up, I gotta go back to work. So you don't want to go to sleep. I see what you're saying. Then it does depend on the night. Some nights it's just like I'm like so like ready to go to sleep and I'm very excited about it. And it's like something I look forward to, but you have to go to work tomorrow, so it's sleep, it's like a teleportation straight to work time, huh? Yeah, it's a bit different then. But pretend you're off tomorrow and then go to sleep like that and dream of being off tomorrow instead. Yep, you got it. Yeah. Mind the gap again. Mind the gap again. It'd be really nice if dreams could be controlled. Yo, have you seen Paprika? Because one guy wanted to control all the dreams. He wanted to be in charge. Kind of like a pocket dimension where you can just shoot the breeze in your own head. Ha. Yeah. Like. That sounds really nice, Aru. Wait, y'all sleep early? I can't say the same since I go to sleep from 3 to 4 I used to. I fully used to stay up till late, and it was like normal. But I've been going to bed at a better time lately. What the heck was that? 8 hours of just doing stuff or having nice dreams about cute anime girls. Ah, yeah, if you could really control what your dreams were. I'd recommend giving Paprika a watch. It's very dreamlike. But yeah. No! Yes! Throlin, I gotta hear the lore or else I will explode! Okay, hold on. We're waiting. I'm cue Sonic tapping his foot like this. Shout out to Genie Art. Shout out to Quasimodo Football. This is my only critique. If she had made it like this, it would have been the perfect commission. Quasimodo Football is always there for me. Big love to Quasimodo Football. Yes, I couldn't have said it better, Fastra. Malekith is the loyal Shadowbound beast and half-brother of Queen Marika the Eternal, an Empyrean of Newman descent. Whoa! Hey, Unique Styles. That's a cool name. It's very unique, if you don't mind me saying. Welcome in. We're doing some Fall Guys. How's your night going? Or day, if you're in a different time zone. Hold on. I'll read this after I'm done with this. After I finish schooling these scrubs. I'll find out the lore. Whee! Woo! Ow. Get away from me. You're making me nervous. Woo! I'm doing alright. Hope the game's going well. Winning crowns? Asks Unique Styles. Not yet. I've made it to the final round several times, but I have not won a crown yet. How about you? You played Fall Guys tonight? Alright. Malekith, the loyal Shadowbound beast and half-brother of Queen Marika the Eternal, an Empyrean of Newman descent, who would become the vessel of the Elden Ring. I'm going to have to copy and paste on the lore site. Hey, no shame in that. Malekith fought and defeated the Gloam-Eyed Queen, the leader of the Godskin Apostles. On Marika's orders, Malekith sealed away the Rune of Death, binding it within his blade, causing the true power of the god-slaying black flame to be lost. Nah, you ain't playing Fall Guys tonight? Ah, it's all good. You gotta be in the right mood for Fall Guys. Right now, Fall Guys is being pretty fun, so I'm playing a lot. ranked Fall Guys. Quasimodo football could load it? I don't know what that means, but I agree. I know it could. I watched the replay of when we first coined Quasimodo football. Ah! Betty the Platypus, what are you doing? What are you doing in my swamp? Is that a swamp? Huh. Ah! That scared the living daylights out of me. Stop! LOL, that's a good do voice. Ah, thank you, Betty the Platypus. Finally paying me some respect. Elden Ring. Whoa, what's the raid? Hey, Lunch Dad. Lunch Dad raiding with a party of 24. Lunch Dad is raiding your lunchbox. Hey, welcome and Betty the Platypus. Oh, I'm getting raided by a platypus. Betty the raiding platypus. Welcome in, Lunch Dad. And Stacy Joanne. Oh my God, what? What are you so impressed about? Come on, let me know. Oh, peer pressure. You know I had a lot of peer pressure growing up. Dr. Doof! That's me. Dr. Heinz Doofenschmartz playing Fall Guys. Hello, Festive Robert. Ah, I see you're speaking on more formal terms. My name can be Festive Robert. Now I am... What if I got a crown for you guys? Wouldn't that be awesome? Ah! What were you playing, Lunch Dad? Lunch... Ah! Oh, I love this song. It's so beautiful. My name is Christmas Bob. I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas. Pretend that it's Christmas right now. And have a very merry one. Alright, I'm gonna get a crown for you guys. Just watch. And if not, I'm not Christmas Bob 1. Watch this. I learned from last time. This beautiful song is gonna help motivate me. It's Donkey Kong, by the way, in case anyone was... Wait, there's nothing to go on. Ah! Ah! Holy smokes! God. I was playing some Bean Game. You got this? Oh, thank you. Merry Christmas. Badkins, Unique Styles, Lunch Dad, Stacy Joanne. Merry Christmas, one and all. GG Santa. Merry Chrysler. I was not expecting that. What part? That death? I know. That was... Yeah, I'm playing some Bean Game too. Cat Moonchild and Janelle the Girl. Welcome in, everybody. Yeah, Fall Guys is one of the most frequent games I play. It's fun. It's wacky. It's fun. Getting absolutely launched. It looked like I was gonna do good, right? And then all of a sudden, boom! Out of there. Fall Guys is so much fun. It is. It is. I've been having fun tonight. I hope you had fun too. And thank you again for the raid. Really appreciate it. I'm assuming you also looked for another Fall Guys streamer. Scout! Job well done! Oh, so I sent a scout here. Ah! All right, Night Fever. This is a classic one. It's one of the older games. So I've been doing pretty good at this one today. So I'm feeling confident. That's what's up. That's what's up. The doof got me. My name is Doof, and you'll do what I say. Whoop whoop. My name is Doof, and you'll do what I say. Whoop whoop. What was that? Whoa, thanks for the follow! Hey, Stacy Joanne. I suppose Dr. Einstufel should welcome you. Stacy Joanne, thank you. Are you watching the new season? You mean Phineas and Ferb? I haven't seen that yet. Dang it. I want to, though. I really want to. Ah! Ah! Perry the Platypus! How do I win this? Ah! Don't grab me! You are spot on with Doof. Hey, thanks. It's so fun to do. It's so fun. Like, no, being around me is just hearing that Doof voice all the time. I have squirrels in my pants. SIMP squirrels in my pants. Good night, Fastra. Thanks for coming in. SIMP squirrels in my pants. Da 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 da. SIMP squirrels in my pants. Da 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 da. I got records on my fingers and I just can't stop. Can't stop, don't stop. Well, I'd stop if I was able. It's a platypus controlling me. He's underneath the table. Unique styles. Thank you for the follow. Where's your white lab coat? It's in the wash. You know, I accidentally washed my lab coat with the darks, with the colors, and then, it's not white anymore. Lunch, Dad. Thank you for the follow. Thank you very much. Now, if only Perry the Platypus would follow me. Maybe one day. Looks like OWCA has sent 3 rhinos to try and kill me. But too bad for them. Perry the Platypus, did you see that? I almost died. Whoa, thank you for the follow, Shaunathon24. I appreciate it. I need to survive these rhinos. They're trying to kill me. I just have to predict the movements. I have to become one with the rhinos. I have to see them, stare them down, and understand the inner machinations. Look at this, I'm dodging them perfectly. Get away from me. You know, last time I did this game, I died, so I'm doing way better this time around. You see, I built 3 rhinoceros-inators! I cannot believe I just won that one. Oh my gosh. What the heck was that? Hold on. I gotta clip that. I was watching my body fly through the air in slow motion. That was insane. Calculated! Yeet! Lunch Dad, were you doing like custom lobbies or were you just playing like solos? Right now. Or, you know, duos or something? What game mode were you playing? I mean, let me put it like that. Woo! Alright, last time I lost at this one, and I usually don't lose at this one, so I am really trying hard to win this time. Hey, Blue Devils Gamer! Thank you for the follow. Blue Devils Gamer! That's a pretty cool username. Blue Devil. You usually don't see Blue Devils. You usually see Red Devils. So that's pretty unique. You got my thumbs up. Christmas Bob seal of approval. Just let go of me! Oh, I did it. I thought for sure I was gonna see my Fall Guy. Let's go. Oh! This game is more fun with friends. You are so right. I started out with solos, then played squads the rest of the stream. That's what's up. Squads with friends sounds awesome. Oh, Blue Devils Gamer, I see your awesome emotes. You doing sports. Blunder. I made it to the final. You sound awesome. Thank you. Where does your username come from, by the way? Lunch Dad. I like it. Simple. Lunch Dad flexing all over his friends. Wow. You got this? Imagine if I won right here, right now. Got a dub. My first dub of the night. My first crown of the night. All 3 of his friends. I'm a dad who loves lunch. Lunch is nice. It's like... Wait, what's going on? How do you play this? Oh! I think I see. There's a Mario Party game like this. All 3 of... Oh! No! Stop! No! No! I almost got a dub for everyone in the chat. Everyone's, combined hopes and dreams. Oh, at least I ranked up. Alright. At least I ranked up. Silver? Yeah, buddy. I'm rising in the ranks. You won our hearts. Thank you. Warm up. That was the warm up. Watch this. This is the crown. Right here. This is the crown. Lunch is always great when you skip breakfast. Oh, shoot, you're right. Like, if you skipped breakfast, then that lunch, whew, it hit. Facts. No printer. It was practice, Unique. It was. You're just not ready for this. You're not ready for this. What if I saw one of you guys? What if you joined my lobby? That would be awesome. Cylinder Stumble. I'm not familiar with this one. Wait, I might have played it before. I don't know. The cat thing looks familiar, but I think that was a different map. Well, let's find out together. Oh, by the way, if you ever want to, you probably, not right now because you just finished your stream, but do some Fall Guys duos together or squads. That would be really fun. I actually put out a tweet on my Twitter. I was like, hey guys, if anyone wants to play with me, let me know. And no one said yes. It's all good though. It's all good. But like you said, Fall Guys is more fun with friends. It's a wacky game, and when you play it with friends, and getting that crown feels so good. I forgot to ask, did you get any crowns? Ah! Better the platypus, why did you make me fall? Oh. I need to make the Fall Guys-inator! Where it makes me get the crown every single time. And Huge Hans no longer. I'm doing pretty good on this one, actually. Oh! No! No! Oh no. I think I won. You guys should play together. He got some crowns. Ooh. I might be carried. That would be so fun though. Christmas Bob and Lunch Dad. Those names are kind of similar. Like, it's like a word and then a proper noun in a way. All right. We doing this. We doing this. Dream team. Hey, that would be a dream. And then I could do my Doofenshmirtz voice. Lunch, Dad! I never got the deal. What's lunch, Dad's deal? I mean, I like dinner. This song is so good. Oh, sure. Do you mean right now? I am down to play with you, Doof. That's what's up. Yes. After you win. It's like getting selected. I have to prove myself. All right, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try my best. Ow! Stop! All right. We're good. This music has got me in the zone. Locked in. Excuse me. Check this out. Watch this, guys. It's about to be beautiful. I'm glad I found another Fall Guys streamer. My squad has been empty so many times. That would be so fun to have a full squad with y'all. Ah! Okay. What a star. I'm talking about myself. What a star. You're all stars. As long as we all make it. Ah! Alright. Where are we going? Where are we going, guys? Hello! Huh. Get out of my way! Oh no, not this guy. Okay. I made it! I made it on the hovercraft. Guys, I think this is a dub. I think we're making it. Now I just gotta finish this last section. Check this out. He said, let me see if you're worthy. OMG, I did not say that. LOL. Watch, though. I'm getting that dub. BRB and ads. Samesies. All right. Wait, let me. Rip. I'm back from ads. Welcome back. Lunch, Dad. You missed me qualifying amazingly. I did qualify. So, you missed some epic hovercraft shenanigans, but now you get to see this one. So, that's fun. This one's pretty. This one's a little ruthless. If you get behind, it's really hard to catch back up. And that slime is rising. I'm scared. Imagine if you were like, oh, you know, you missed the crown. I should have said that. Whew. That scared the bejeebers out of me. Ah! All right. We're doing pretty good, guys. Yes. Boing. All right. We are doing good. We got plenty of time. The slime is not gonna catch us. This is awesome. Whee! And whee! And whack me. All right. Yo, I think we got this in the bag. All right, last area. Whoa. Just take your time. Take your time, man. Ho ho ho! Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas, one and all. I've only finished this one time. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's tough. You saw I almost died at the end. Slime climb is brutal. Nice, thanks. Slime climb is brutal. It is the Hoppadro. What? I've never played this one before, guys. Uh-oh. You're gonna see me doing this one for the first time. Avoid the moving lasers and be the last bean standing. Oh, let's see. Alright, where are the lasers? In this mode, players strive to survive. Any player that falls into the slime is eliminated. Check this out. Check this out, guys. I'm about to win. Oh, I see what's going on here. It's beams of death. Have you played this one, Lunch Dad? I've never played this one before. Oh! Oh! I didn't expect that! Ah! Dang it! I almost got one. It is fun. That one was fun. I choked, but that was fun. Alright, how do I add you? If you're down to play, I'm down to play. What is your username? ChristmasBob1. The same as my Twitch. There's me in the top left. Weird idea of fun, but okay. LunchDad24. Gotcha. How do I add? LunchDad24. Found ya. Accept friend. Invite. Alright. 2 Fall Guys pros. Wait, I didn't wait for you. Sorry. There we go. Duos. I'm so glad I get to play duos. I didn't have anyone to play with. Let's go. I'm so ready for this. Jeez, Dad, hurry up. Ah, ain't nothing but a pipe dream. Ba-da-ba-ba. 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 Ba-da. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-da. Alright. I bet you we're both gonna, like, soar through this one. We're gonna get first place. It's just gonna be... It's gonna be a sweep. From downtown. Christmas Bob and Lunch Dad. Christmas Dad and Lunch Bob. Lunch Bob. That kind of goes hard as a username. Maybe I should change it to Lunch Bob. And then we can be the lunch... the lunch duo. Alright, let's go, Lunch Dad. I see you, I see you, I see you! You're ahead of me, even. Stop! I'm sorry, Lunch Dad. I got launched. Alright, we're good, we're good. Whee! Launch me out, thank you. Come on, come on! There we go. Alright, we're not doing too bad. We're not doing too shabby. No! I got bad luck. Come on. Alright. Final stretch here. Final stretch here. Woohoo! Alright, what place did we get? 3rd place! Let's go. Christmas Lunch Bob. I ship it. Christmas Lunch Bob. Ah, The perfect username. Let's go, Lunch Bob! Let's go! You have proved yourself, certainly, Lunch Dad. That was a spectacular performance, actually. It's thanks to you we got 3rd overall. I like that emote. Is that you? It's my first time playing. That is you! Egg scramble. How would you like your eggs, sir? Yep, it is me. Oh, that's so cool. You got emotes with your face on it. Lunch Dad sus. Alright, here we go. Dang it! Stop him! Stop that thief! Stop him! Leave me alone. Leave me out of this. I'm just holding an egg. That's all I'm doing. Yes, you can steal my other eggs, but you cannot steal this one. Someone stop that thief! No! Ah! Oh no! We've been robbed. I need to grab it now. How did you get out, man? This guy's juking me out of my life. Oh. Stop it! We don't need to win, we just need to not lose. Stop it, Saitama! This is so close. Come on, get in there! We need all the eggs we can gather. Alright, I think we won. Yellow got scrambled. That alien skin is absolutely massive. Oh, I didn't see it. Wait, let me look for it. Oh, it just died. It just got eliminated. Rest in peace, alien. Alrighty. Christmas lunch is going pretty good. And I appreciate you being willing to play after streaming yourself. How long did you stream? It was a dude on the yellow team. Rest in peace. Alright, this is duos, right? Me and Lunch Dad on one side. Alright, I did pretty good on the solo version of this, so let's see what happens. Alrighty. You got this, Lunch Dad. Let's go! Alright, you serve, you serve. There we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. Alright, just had to make sure we got that one. Alright, you serve, you serve. Let's go, they weren't ready, they weren't ready. They weren't ready for the Christmas mix. Alright, alright. We got a point. There we go, there we go, there we go. Oh, they're doing it, they're doing it. Let's go. The Christmas lunch sweep. Oh, they went into overtime. Look at this. Look at this. Come on. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? Who is it? This one is so close. We were not locked. I'm glad we weren't versus one of these guys, because they are really good. Alright, bounce off the wall. Oh no! They won. GG. Alright. 3 squads remain. You know, if we win, I think that's the perfect way to end on a dub. Let's find out. Hexaterrestrial. Alright. Lock in. No! Oh, lunch, Dad. We almost had it. We almost had it. We made it. We made it to the top. Oh, that was so close. Either one of us could have got that. Unlucky. Right? I got messed up, I'm not gonna lie. Someone came and cut me off, and I was like, and I tried to jump on, but it was no hope. All right, might as well finish up. Roll him up, run it back, run it back. Okay. All right, let's run it back. I know I was eliminated. It's all right. Oh, those guys won. I thought it was gonna be the Omni-Man guy. This Donkey Kong music has been going in. You proved yourself, Lunch Dad. We both made it to the final, and I think that says something. 71? 71! Holy macaroni. That is impressive. Look, I'm looking at you. Hello. Hello, Lunch Dad. Why don't you come on over here and let me rope you in with my lasso. And he shoots. He scores. Hey, my man. Lunch Dad 24. Lunch Dad 24. Here we go. Alright, we're gonna make it happen. What? You're Santa too? The Santas! Let's go! Lunch Dad, what the heck? That's awesome! You see this? I was not ready. I was not ready. Lunch Bob! Let's go! I thought I was seeing double. But nope, it's real. It's real life. And we got a winter-themed course! Let's go! Santa, he has a 1% speed boost on this course. I wish. We got this, we got this. Hey, I love Bubble Buddy. Bubble Buddy, that's what's up. I would play as a Bubble Buddy if I could. But welcome in. We are fresh off of almost getting a dub. We almost got a crown. We made it to the final, but both of us, we ended up falling. And that's the name of the game. Woo! Ouch! Woo! Alright! Jump! Up! There! Yes! Cool! Avoid that fan. Nice. Woohoo! Hope I made you proud, Lunch Dad. We got first place! We got this. We got this. We're gonna win this, no problem. And then we can end on a dub and get that beautiful crown rested atop our heads because we earned it. Hi-ho, Kermit the Frog here. We got second. Oh shoot, what'd I miss? I had to send a quick email to someone. We made it to the final round and victory was right here and we just missed it. We got second. You always make me proud. Ah, thank you. Ooh, I like this one. Press the little lights. Darn, skill issue. Oh, frantic. Frantic, yup. Bubble Buddy, you know it. I like this one. It's fun. Alright. Let's get it started. Let's get this party started. I have my eyes on 16 different ones. No! Oh, I failed you. Alright, no more failures. I think Lunch Dad got it first. Go get that one. I'll stay up here. Dang it. Oh no. Boom. Got 8 points. All right. Look at all those people eliminated. The Santas. Ho, 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 ho. Merry Christmas. Ho, 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 ho. Ooh, it's Slime Climb again. See you in the final round, Christmas Bob. I'll be seeing you, Bubble Buddy, in the final round.
You know, I should probably build a bubble buddy-inator. That way, I can have my own bubble buddy, and I'll never be alone again!
Let's go! Let's see if Lunch Dad can become Slime Dad. Ow! Get out of my way. I did it! Our squad tied for first. You know, when you're Lunch Bob, you get first place a lot. Let's go. Boom. Found it. I must say, Lunch Dad, you have passed the vibe check many a times over. Well, you know what I mean. Many times over. All right. Jump Club. All right, we made it to the final. Let's do this, Santa. Let's deliver all the presents to all the boys and girls. Make their Christmas dream come true. It's all up to you. Lunch Dad 24. Against the world. Against Juan Dastico 07 and Gil VM. Can Lunch Dad take the victory home? It's 1-on-1 now.
Juan Dastico versus Lunch Dad 24.
I think he just did it! Oh! 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 Bring it here! Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on! Pound it! Hey! 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 You said run it back, and we ran it back. We ran it back to save Christmas. Is that a chocobo skin? Maybe. I don't know. I didn't see it. There might have been one, but I was so locked in, I didn't see it. Well played. Let's go. Raiding into someone and getting a crown with them. How often do you see that? That was insane. We actually got my first crown of the night. We have got to play more sometime. We will make sure it happens. We will play more. Just shoot me a message on, you know, Twitter or Discord or something. You're really fun to play with. It's fun to play with skilled players like you. Thank you so much. GG, I love Bubble Buddy. Congrats. And that will probably be it for my stream tonight. Thank you guys. That was awesome. You did great too. Obviously you won at the end there, so you definitely did great. But oh, you're in an ad. No. No. Okay. I'll wait to wrap up then. But man, that was fun. That was fun. To play Fall Guys with a skilled player. Let's let these ads finish. Good stream, my good sir. Oh yeah, you're still here. I forgot. There's people who are subs, so they got no ads. Welcome back, everyone. So I was just wrapping up. Like I said, the fact that you raided into me and then got on and we got a dub, we got a crown just like that. That was awesome. We have got to play again sometime. Yeah, that's gonna be it for tonight. I'd love to run duos or squads with you in the future, Lunch Dad. Thanks again for the raid. Thanks for the crown. Yeah. Thank you for allowing me to join you. Of course. Great stream indeed. We're going to be raiding into Kason Socho. She's playing Press X to not die. How do I get out of here? There we go. Oh, we are unable to raid. Never mind. Let's try Kimmery Sky. Let's try that. Alright, we're good. We're gonna raid Kimmery Sky. She plays some pretty cool music. So check her out if you want to hear some cool jams. This was so fun. I'm really glad you enjoyed it, Stacy. You're always welcome to play. Feel free to join me when I play on stream. Gotcha. Yeah, that was a dream team. That was a dream team. Christmas lunch. I think Christmas lunch team, we're destined for greatness. We're destined for greatness. So, yeah. Thank you guys. Again, hope you have a great rest of y'all's night. I'm going to head to bed after this. And yeah, feel free to enjoy. Keep up. I love your vibe. Keep up the good work. Good night. Good night indeed. Feel free to say Christmas raid. Like that. Christmas raid. It's a Merry Christmas present to Kimmery Sky, a talented musician who, yeah. That's about it for me. Have a good night. And if you end up, good night, Unique Styles, Lunch Dad, Stacy, Joanne. If you ever find yourself raiding into someone and you get a crown with them, well, then you better Take care out there.